Good day, anyone watching. I'm going to share how to replace the window regulator on 2012 Nissan Altima 4-cylinder. This is what the window is doing. First of all, the window wouldn't go down completely. It goes halfway and stop. It goes up completely, but it won't go down. So I have tried to change the motor. I changed that, it didn't work. But now I'm going to change complete motor, the window regulator, plus the whole panel at one time. I will show you why. I will tell you why that is the case. Except those who know how to, replace them part by part. I've tried to do that. Once I removed once I disconnected the motor, everything just slacked. I couldn't put them back again. That is for professionals. But for me, I'm going to replace everything complete. So I'm going to show you how that is done. First thing you do is to open all this. I already loosed this down. Use the screwdriver to pull this up to take it out. Use the screwdriver to take this. First step is to take all this stuff here. Use the screwdriver to take this up, prime it up, get stuff. Then also you do the same thing here to take them out. Once it's out, you are able to see the wires that connect the whole thing. Then I'm going to pause this and disconnect the wires. To remove these wires, use the screwdriver to disconnect it from here, right here. Pull it down there and press it up. It will come out. Also do the same thing here and here. The whole thing will come out. There's a screw here. You take that out. I've taken that out. This is what you need to take that out. Remove the screw and take the screw out. Once that is done, the window is free. The cover, you take them out. Use the screwdriver to open it all the way. This is the door cover. Then to remove the lock and all this, put this on, take them out. Once that is out, the door cover is ready to be removed. One more thing is the floor light. You take that out. Now the door cover is out completely. Then you cannot have access to the panel that holds the motor, and the window regulator is behind this panel. You have to take behind this panel. You have to take everything out. You're gonna lose this bolt here. All this round bolt. You have to lose all of them. Loose them around. I'm going to leave these two because these two bolts are what holds the window panel, window regulator. I mean, these two bolts. I'm going to leave two both sides, two here, two here. I'm going to leave these two. They are marked in this car. They are marked with a green color. I'm going to leave both of them. This and this. I'm going to leave them. Before you do all that, disconnect this. This is the if you don't disconnect, disconnect your battery, because if not, if you disconnect this, it's going to bring a airbag light on your system. So make sure you disconnect your battery first before you lose this. This is a sensor. Okay, this is the battery. I'm going to disconnect the battery before I lose the sensor on the door side, the door panel. Sorry, you need a before you remove the sensor I showed you, if you like, you can disconnect your battery, because if not, it's going to trigger airbag light on your cluster. So this is the sensor I'm talking about, this particular one right here. You have to pull it down to lose it. Once you lose this, if the battery is not disconnected, it's going to trigger airbag light here on your cluster. So you want to leave this on if you can walk through that, but there's no way you're going to walk through this without disconnecting this. So be careful and be aware of that. Just take note of that. This is the whole window panel. Like I said before, I'm going to lose all of these nuts, lose them all around, except these two that are marked with a green color. This one, green, and this. These two bolts are the what is holding the window regulator, and the other one is there right there too. And this is the top one. I'm going to leave them so it's able to hold the window regulator intact. If not, once these two bolts are disconnected, the window regulator will slack, and you're not going to, except you're a professional, you have to put back together. Okay, right here, this is the whole panel I just bought. I'm going to use it to replace the whole of this too. It's the same thing. Instead of replacing this only, because once you disconnect it, like I showed you here, once you disconnect this one, all these wires here will all slack. Once they slack, unless you're a professional, you may not be able to put them back. So I have changed this before on this car. This one was changed, but it was still the vehicle was still, the window was still doing the same thing. It wouldn't come down more than this now. So what I've decided to do is to change the whole of this, the whole panel. I've connected it to the motor itself, but before I install it on this car, I'm going to test to see that it's working, so I don't have end up wasting my time for nothing. So it's connected now. I'm going to use the remote to see if it's working before I put it in. Okay, it looks like it's working properly. I'm going to disconnect everything now and take out all these screws, all the whole. I'm going to take the whole of this panel out and put this one back in there and replace it with this. To disconnect this switch, just use a Phillips screwdriver, push it in there and raise it up. It comes out. The same thing you do here and also here. I say take it out. Then now I'm going to disconnect this from the switch or the motor. I'm going to disconnect the whole panel because it's been tested already. It's working. The same thing you do. Use this, prime it here, and push it up, out. I'm going to lay it down here. Deposit. Before you start taking out all this panel, it is important that you hold these glasses or the window glass with tape. The reason is because as you lose all these things and you lose the bolt that holds this thing, so it don't drop and break. Watch me. I already put one. I'm going to add another one again to make it stronger. Okay. Now after that, I'm going to take out all these bolts, except this one that I mark with green. So all you need is 10mm wrench. Okay. Now, some of the things you need to take out again is this one. You have to take out this cover. It's very important, so you're able to work freely. And also this one as well. Take this one out. It's very easy. What is it up? Take it out. Okay, now this is the glass itself. Inside that is the two bolts that are holding this glass from dropping right now. So we're going to take out this panel, the whole of it, then take out, loose that distance so the glass will be free from this. To have access to the bolt that is holding this glass, I'm going to lose this bolt that is holding the window regulator. I'm going to lose this one and this only, and leave the ones at the bottom. Okay, like I told you before, I said you have to hold this thing with tape, but what I did was I put it so high to the point that I will not be able to reach this bolt here, because the bolt was hiding at the back of this window regulator. So there was no way. This is the bolt I'm talking about, this particular bolt. So because there's nowhere to reach it when it's hiding under here, that was why I decided to bring the window down a bit, instead of putting it high to the end. I have retaped this window glass again so it don't drop. It was high here, but now they bring it down a bit. If you're able to bring it down manually, that's okay. If not, you need to connect it back to this motor. Connect this motor back in. Connect this switch, this here, then connect all these ones back to this switch, so you're able to bring it down electrically. But if you're able to bring it down manually, that's good. These both are out. These both are the ones holding the window regulator. I have to take out the ones at the top, 1, 2. I have to take them out right from here. I have to take them out to be able to have access to this bolt that is holding the glass, and this one too. Okay, now I'm going to take out these two bolts that is holding the glass. What I'm using is 10mm wrench. This is one of the bolts that is holding the glass. It's out. I'm going to take the other one. Okay, I'm taking the second bolt out. The second bolt is out, like you can see. Right here, this is where the bolts are. See, this particular the red spot right there. This is where the bolts are. This is the first place. This is the second one. You have to take out these two bolts. The bolts are what is holding this glass. So you take them out before you take out this panel out. If not, it's not good because it's attached to this window regulator. There's no way you take it out without removing without removing this one. You have to take both of them out. Take these two bolts out. Now that I have removed all this, now the panel, all the bolts are out, then I'm going to leave this up and bring this out just like that. So this is the whole thing I'm going to replace. I'm going to change the whole of this because this one is not working. I already got another complete panel like this that I'm going to replace. I tried to change this before I change this, but it was still doing the same, having the same problem. The problem of removing this one is once you take out this motor, if you separate this motor from the whole of this panel, all these wires are going to slack. Unless you're a professional, it's very difficult to put them back. I tried, it didn't work for me. What I did was to get complete of this instead of replacing this or replacing this. I don't know how to do that. For those who know how to do that, it's easy for them, but for me, it didn't work for me. That was why I'm replacing the whole of this thing. Alright. Okay, now this is the panel I'm going to replace. You can see it's marking because I just bought it. You can see the marking there. So I'm going to replace this one the same way I remove the other one. Alright, it's in alignment. Now all I need to do is to align it and put all the screws back. But before I put the rest of the screws, I have to put this screw that hold the glass from falling. The purpose of this job is to make sure this glass goes up and down completely. It was not going down, you only get to this spot. So before you put all the other bolts under, make sure you put these two bolts first. And these two bolts connect here. One bolt here, this goes here, this one goes there. You put these two first, or you can decide to put these bolts down first, leave these top ones before you do that. After you connect the glass, then you do the top ones. Alright, now I'm going to put the screws back in, except this and this. I mean, I'm going to take these two out again if need be, so I'm able to get access to this thing at the back, the window. those are in. Then now I need to connect this. To be able to get that, I'm going to lose this and this. These are the two screws holding the window regulator, so I'm able to get access to this. Alright. Alright, now I have aligned the window down here. You see how properly it's aligned right there. See that? Make sure this particular nut is laying there so it don't fall off. Okay, now after this, you put the bolts. I'm gonna put the first one. Then the second one. Okay, I've already put the first bolt right here. I'm going to put the second one here. As I'm putting it on now, the bolt is in. Tighten it up with my hand. After that, I'm going to use the wrench to tighten it up properly. I'm tightening the other second bolt that's holding the window glass. I'm going to pause this video so I'll tighten it up completely. Okay, anyway, it's now tight. It's not completely tight. Alright, that's good. Okay, after doing that, then what you need to do now is to connect these two bolts, this and this, to this, because this is what holds the window regulator. You have to connect this bolt down here and this to this. That's what you, the next thing you do. Then after that, you put all the rest of the bolt. Okay, like I said, the window is, the glass is connected. I'm putting back the panel. Okay, this first screw you put back, connect to the window regulator that holds the glass. So I already put that tighten up, tighten. And tighten the second one. Okay. Alright. So now, what I did is to connect the switch and test the window and see if it's working. No, that's not possible. I'm doing it wrongly. I have to put all these screws first. You see how it's wiggling? I have to put all these screws first to be able to hold this in place. Sorry about that. Okay, now all the bolts are in now. All the bolts round are in. So you tighten them up. Next one. Okay, now after putting the window regulator, everything like I showed you, everything is perfectly in place. Now the next stage is to connect your mirror and all this cover and the window. I'm getting confused on how to do this. Alright, I'm going to take my time, pause this video and cover all these things. Like the first thing you do is to pass all these things, the wire here, connect these ones back. For your door, you connect them back. You connect this, your door lock, you connect them back like this. Connect this one goes here, connect this one back, and connect this one on top here. So I'm going to pause this video and cover this door completely, so I don't want to bore you watching all this. So I want to cover this, then after that I will test it. Alright, thank you. Done. Just hold on, hang on there. After replacing all the parts, the window regulator and the panel, the next thing is to put the cover back and then connect back your switch. Connect back the switch that control the door and the lock, the window. See, connected back. And put it back. The door handle, you put it back in. If you just push it down, it locks just like that. That's it. So this job is completed. You cover it down, you connect the light. This light here, connect it this way and push it in. Connect the light. See, and put it back in. That's it.